What the fuck? Gone Girl, so good. Just so good. I know this is gonna seem like kind of like a repeat of my last review where I just like praised the shit out of This Is Where I Leave You, but I have a little bit more to say about this movie. This is based on book of the same name by Gillian Flynn, and I read the book. How'd you know? So good. There were zero differences from what I could tell from the book to the film. It was absolutely identical. I couldn't even find like tiny differences at all. David Fincher. He is incredible. I love all of his movies. Social Network, Seven, Fight Club. Seven is like a weird guilty pleasure of mine because I kind of hate horror movies, even though it's not a horror movie, it's more of a thriller. But the amount of kind of disgusting things that happen in that movie would totally not be my thing, but I love it. It's so good, and this is no exception. This is probably the best book to screen adaptation of the entire summer, if not the entire year. I can't imagine anyone being disappointed by not having anything changed. I saw a review that said that readers of the book might be disappointed that there was nothing changed. That's not a thing. People don't go into a movie and be like, oh, they changed nothing, I'm pissed. If anything, people are really pissed when they do change things. There was apparently like rumors that they had changed the ending. They didn't. Amy Dunn, the elusive Gone Girl in the film, is completely and utterly psychotic, but she is also a genius. Some people might hate the fact that at the end, Nick stayed with Amy, even though she's a murdering psychopath, but that is so poignant. The thing is that Nick cannot function without Amy. He literally can't. Basically backing him into a corner and forcing him to stay with her is so smart. And that's what people don't see. They see that she is insane, but she's also so incredibly intelligent. If that doesn't come across to you in the movie or the book, the acting in this movie was incredible. Every single person in this film was so good. Even Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was good, guys. That means that the movie was good. Rosamund Pike, the woman's a freaking genius. She was so good. So good. I kind of couldn't really picture her as Amy. I don't know why. It's kind of hard to picture anyone as Amy when you're reading the book. And I really couldn't picture Ben Affleck as Nick for whatever reason. But then I saw the movie and it just made sense. This is seriously one of Ben Affleck's like best performances ever. He gets the nuances of Nick. He gets the unlikability of Nick. He gets all of it. It's just so good. So perfect. It's so good. I love symbolism through costumes. And in the movie, they made Amy's parents were always wearing beige. And then Desi is also wearing tan throughout almost the entire film. These people in Amy's life are the people that created who they wanted her to be. Literally designed her to be. And those people are wearing beige because they are so boring. And Amy is so not. She's the opposite of it. She's a representation of this monster created by these horribly bland, boring people to benefit them in their own life. She's been controlled her entire life. And these people that literally created who she was, her parents created a storybook character based on her daughter, Amazing Amy. But the character is always far more interesting than actual Amy. But that's not actually true. They just never take a moment to realize that she is as interesting as a storybook character. And now it's her turn to control her own life. And in completely destroying her husband, she is symbolically taking back the power for herself and for women everywhere. It's kind of a little bit of a feminist movie, if you really think about it. The idea behind all of this is that she's finally taken control of her own life, and she'll only give in a little bit if Nick plays by her rules, which he does. And that's the great thing. Nick does essentially exactly what Amy wants him to do. And he's such a bumbling idiot, he has no idea how to get out of it. If Amy hadn't come back, he would have been convicted for her murder. But because it was no longer beneficial for her to be missing, she came back. See how that works? Again, control in Amy's hands at all times. So in the end, Nick is reduced to what women are often reduced to in film, and that is the supportive spouse that stands by their husband and smiles and says whatever they want them to and does absolutely nothing and amounts to nothing. Women are often portrayed in film this way, and instead the tables are turned, and Nick is portrayed that way, and he feeds right into it. That's what people don't understand. They think that justice isn't served because Amy isn't found out for doing all of this, including killing Desi. The justice is that Amy gets to be in complete and utter control of her life now. That was literally her endgame from the very beginning. Even though she had an idea that she was gonna kill herself, that still is in her control. That still is the justice. Every single person had put her in this tiny little box to be this amazing Amy, to be this person that doesn't actually exist. And she finally got the justice that she deserved. She finally got what she wanted. And yeah, she killed some people, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying go out and kill people. Don't do that. Don't kill people, okay? Don't do that. You know, she was never a perfect person that people wanted her to be. And that was the point. That was the point of the ending. No bullshit.